Hello students, today we are going to start with a new chapter, that is climate of India. Now when we talk about the climate of India, India's climate we say it as tropical monsoon type of climate. Tropical monsoon type of climate. The reason why we say that India's climate is tropical monsoon type of climate, one reason is that the Tropic of Cancer, this Tropic of Cancer almost passes through the middle of the country. Second thing, the monsoon winds play a dominant role in the climate of India. That's why we call the Indian climate as tropical monsoon type of climate. One reason, I am again repeating, Tropic of Cancer passing through the central part of the country, and the second reason, as the monsoon winds play a dominant role in the climate of India, that's why we call it as tropical monsoon type of climate. Now India being a very vast country, we find there are lots of regional variations in the climate of India. That is, different parts of India has different types of climate. Say for example, this southern part of the country, this Andaman and Nicobar Island, this part of the country actually has got what we call equatorial type of climate. Then if we look in the central part of India, we find we have what we call tropical type of climate. Then just to the north of the Tropic of Cancer, we find the climate as subtropical. Only in the extreme northern part of the country, we can say that the climate is of temperate type. So, being a vast country, different parts of India has different climatic types. Another variation that we can find, normally in India, summers are hot and wet, whereas the winters are dry. Again, if we look during the summer and winter months, in the winter months, particularly this part of the country is influenced by the western disturbances, gets winter rainfall, and northeast monsoon winds, they cause rainfall in this region. Other parts of the country normally remains dry during the winter months. Also, we find that there are lots of variations in various regions of the country. Say for example, if you look at Agra, located roughly over here, and also at the Darjeeling, both of them are located at the same latitude, but the climate of Darjeeling is vastly different from that of Agra, simply because of the fact that Darjeeling is located at higher altitude. In fact, we find that except the northern part of India where the winter is more severe, rest of the country, the winters are more or less, we can say, mild. Now if we look in terms of temperature variations also, especially during the summer months, this Rajasthan region has temperatures almost as high as 50 degrees Celsius, whereas in Jammu and Kashmir, particularly Pahalgam, during the same summer months, its temperature is only 20 degrees Celsius. Similarly, winter months, if we look in Dras region where the temperature is almost minus 45 degrees Celsius, whereas Thiruvananthapuram in Kerala, it has a winter temperature of hardly 20 degrees Celsius. In fact, Kerala and Andaman and Nicobar Islands, they have almost uniform type of climate throughout the year. पूरा साल भर एक ही तरह का climate रहता है. Now if we look in terms of precipitation also, the Himalayan region, there are of course certain places during the winter months the rainfall or precipitation is in the form of snowfall. Rest of the country there is only rainfall. Meghalaya region, this Meghalaya region gets very high amount of precipitation, whereas this Rajasthan region and also this Ladakh region has got very low amount of rainfall. In Meghalaya, almost 400 centimeter of rainfall on an average in a year, whereas in Rajasthan and Ladakh, hardly 10 centimeters of rainfall in a year is caused. So these are wide variations of climate that can be seen in India, that is regional variation of climate. Now coming to the important part, that is factors that influence the climate of India. Now actually any region, any place, there are a number of factors which actually influence the climate of any region. Some of them are of course quite common: location, latitudinal extent, distance from the sea, then presence of mountains, physiography. These are some of the factors, common factors, which will influence the climate of any region. Let's start with some of the factors that influence the climate of India. First, location and latitudinal extension. Now, if we look at the location of the country, India, this part 8 degree 4 minutes north, northern part, it is located at 37 degree 6 minutes north. So basically we find that in India, the location of India is such that the southern part of the country, it is more nearer to the equatorial region, as a result of which here we find equatorial type of climate. The Tropic of Cancer almost passes through the center of the country, as a result of which we find many parts of India have what we call torrid type of climate, that is very high temperatures almost throughout the year. Only a little part of the country, northern part, there we find what we call the temperate type of climate. Now apart from it, the location of India is also such that the southern part of India basically is a peninsula surrounded by the oceans, as a result of which the southern part of the country actually has milder climate compared to the northern part of the country. Second factor is of course distance from the sea. Now any place which is located very near to the sea or away from the sea, its climate is bound to be influenced by it. कोई भी जगह अगर समंदर के पास located है, like these parts of India, its climate will be influenced by the sea. That is, during the summer months, the temperature will be slightly lower compared to of course the interiors, and during the winter months, the climate will be slightly or warmer compared to the interior areas. The reason is very simple. The sea water takes time to get heated up, as a result of which during summer, when the land areas are warmer, these water areas are comparatively cooler, as a result of which what happens is that wind blows from the sea towards the land, so the coastal areas get the benefit of milder climate. Similarly, in winter months, the waters are more hotter क्योंकि ज्यादा गर्म रहता है, as a result of which these coastal areas, their temperature is slightly higher compared to the interior. So basically the places along the coastline, they have milder climate. A place like Delhi, which is located in the interior away from the sea, it experiences what we call extreme type of climate. There is wide variation between the summer and winter temperature, almost 20 degrees Celsius. Summers are extremely hot, winters are extremely cold. Any place which is located away from the sea, समंदर से अगर काफी दूर है, it is bound to be influenced by the distance from the sea. So during the summer months, the temperature will be higher. During the winter months, the temperature will be lower. Another thing about the rainfall also, as the distance from the sea increases, the place will get lower amount of rainfall. Say take the place of Kolkata, located roughly around here. As it is located almost near to the sea, it has almost 120 centimeters of average rainfall, but in case of Delhi it is much lower. The third factor is the northern mountain range, or you can say the presence of Himalayas in the north. The northern mountain range. Along the northern border of India, there is of course the presence of Himalayas, which is almost along the northern border of India. Now these Himalayas influence the climate in two ways. One is the southwest monsoon winds, which blows from this region. These Himalayas prevent these winds, monsoon winds, from blowing over. उधर जाने नहीं देता है. As a result of which the winds are forced to move in a lot westerly direction and causing rainfall in this area. Basically, this is the windward side, जिसकी वजह से बारिश होता है. Second thing, during the winter months, these Himalayas prevent the entry of cold polar winds. Cold polar winds are prevented from entering into the country. As a result of which, the winters in India are not so severe. जितना ठंडा होना चाहिए compared to say here the China is there, their winters are much more severe because no mountain range are there which can stop these winds. So their winters are much more severe. But in case of India, the Himalayas prevent the entry of these cold polar winds, as a result of which the winters in India are not so severe. Then another factor is physiography, or you can say simply relief also. Now, in various parts of India, you would find temperatures on account of altitude, they have lower temperature. तुम लोग ने पहले भी पढ़ा है, with increasing altitude, temperature always decreases. So places which are located at higher altitude, say take for example Darjeeling located here, and this northern region, Jammu and Kashmir region, Ladakh region, these places have lower temperature throughout the year simply because of their altitude. Even places, for example here Uti is located. Being located at higher altitude, it has very pleasant temperature throughout the year. Same is the case with the Bangalore also. Being located at slightly higher altitude compared to the adjoining areas, it enjoys very good climate throughout the year. So places having located at higher altitude, they always will have lower temperatures throughout the year. So basically, we find apart from the altitude also varying soil types has a bearing on the climate. This Rajasthan region, as the soil is sandy, also places of the country where the red soils are present, as hardly any moisture content is there, these soils get heated up much more quickly. Jaldi garam ho jata hai, as a result of which temperature is on the higher side. Then again, if you look at this region, here Western Ghats are present, Western Ghat mountain ranges are present. So this part of the country gets very heavy rainfall, but this region, that is this part of the Deccan Plateau, though not located far away from the sea, but still it has very low amount of rainfall because it is located on the leeward side of the Western Ghats. Here the Meghalaya Plateau is present. This region of course gets very heavy rainfall, but Shillong, located on the other side of the Meghalaya Plateau, it comes under rain shadow region. So basically what happens is that places and also the altitude where they are located, they have a bearing on the climate. Now the next factor which has an influence is the monsoon winds. In fact, monsoon winds are the most important factor which influence the climate of our country. Now, about the mechanics of the monsoon, I will explain it next to it. But for now, monsoon winds actually during summer, it blows from sea to land. समर महीना में समंदर से जमीन की तरफ जाता है. As a result of which it brings plenty of moisture and causes rainfall in varying amounts in different parts of the country. During the winter months, there is reversal of the winds. It blows from land towards the sea. जमीन से समंदर की तरफ जाता है. As it comes from the land towards the sea, it does not contain any moisture. उसमें कोई नमी नहीं होता है. So it does not cause any rainfall. But the same winds, as it comes from this area, Bay of Bengal, it picks up the moisture, and this part of India, that is Coromandel coast, it gets winter rainfall from the northeast monsoon winds. Other parts, they do not get any rainfall from the northeast monsoon winds. So the monsoon winds are the most important factor which specially brings rainfall to the country. During the summer months, the southwest monsoon winds cause rainfall in varying amounts in different parts of the country. During the winter months, it actually, as it blows from the land towards the sea, it brings in cold conditions and rainfall only in this part of the country. Now, the next factor to influence the climate is upper air circulation. Now, when we say upper air circulation, we are actually talking of jet streams. Jet streams actually are the high speed winds which actually blow over the upper part of the troposphere. During the summer months, it actually has a speed of about 110 kilometers per hour. During the winter months, it has a speed of about 184 kilometers per hour. Now, what happens is that during the summer months, the jet streams, particularly easterly jet stream, it actually lies over this Indian Ocean region. As a result of which, it helps in the formation of depressions, and as a result of which rainfall is caused into the country. Similarly, the westerly jet stream, it actually helps bringing in the western disturbances into the country, because in the winter months it actually lies over this Tibetan plateau. So it actually helps in bringing the western disturbances into the country. Another factor to influence is, of course, tropical cyclones and western disturbances. Now, tropical cyclones. In India, we find, especially in this region, if you look at this part of India, it is almost located in an enclosed region. Enclosed region here, Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, it is almost enclosed. As a result of which, in this region, number of tropical cyclones actually get formed. Generally, tropical cyclones are formed normally during the retreating monsoon season, that is October, November, and another period is April, May. That is the time when the cyclones are formed. Another thing about the western disturbances. Western disturbances actually they originate from this region, that is the Mediterranean Sea. These are during the winter months, here extreme low pressure areas are created. These winds travel towards the east. इस तरह से east की तरफ जाता है. And crossing over this area, Iraq, Iran and Pakistan, they enter India from its northwestern part. From this region, it actually enters. It enters from this area. As it enters from the northwestern part, that's why we call it as the western disturbances. Due to the western disturbances, we get winter rainfall, especially in Punjab, Haryana, snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir, parts of Himachal Pradesh. These western disturbances brings in winter rainfall, which is very highly suitable for the cultivation of the Rabi crops. Next factor to influence the climate of India is El Nino. Now, El Nino actually is a Spanish word which actually means little boy. Spanish word meaning little boy. Now, El Nino actually is a phenomenon which occurs every 7 to 14 years. Now, what happens is that this is the South America. Here actually one ocean current like this, it actually flows like this. One ocean current by the name of Peru or Humboldt current flows like this. But every 7 to 14 years, what happens is that this Peru or Humboldt current is replaced by a current which flows in the opposite direction, and that is known as the El Nino. Now, El Nino often is known as the Christ child. Christ child simply because of the fact that it normally is seen during the Christmas. उसका origin आमतौर पर Christmas के आसपास होता है. That's why it is also sometimes referred to as the Christ child. Now, whenever this El Nino phenomenon occurs, it actually leads to the warming of the Pacific Ocean water, and as a result of which climate throughout the world is affected. पूरा दुनिया में climate affect होता है, and particularly in case of India, whenever the El Nino is seen, the monsoons gets affected as a result of it. It always results in lower amount of rainfall whenever this current is seen. El Nino current is seen. Normally, El Nino results in warming of this Pacific Ocean water by almost 10 degrees Celsius, which has an influence throughout of the climate throughout the world. Now, another condition that is exactly opposite to it is what we call La Nina. Again, a Spanish word which means small girl or little girl. Now, La Nina is a condition what we call normal condition. जो normal condition होता है, that is Peru current blowing like this and absence of this El Nino. That is what we call the La Nina condition. Whenever the La Nina or normal conditions are there, it always results in strong trade winds which has an bearing on the monsoon rainfall. That is, monsoons in La Nina years are always better. Finally, southern oscillation. Southern oscillation. Normally, if we look at this Pacific Ocean region, it has been seen or it has been found that whenever during the winter months, there is high pressure in the Pacific Ocean region and it will have low pressure over the Indian Ocean region. Winter months में यहाँ पे high होता है तो Indian Ocean में low होता है. Vice versa, summer months में यहाँ पे high होगा तो यहाँ पे low होगा. This high and low pressure areas, whenever they are caused, if it is high during the winter months here, it always results in good rainfall in our country. अगर winter months में यहाँ पे high pressure रहा तो यहाँ पे rainfall या इंडिया में rainfall अच्छा रहता है. Now, before one more thing I would like to point out, these 3 points, El Nino, La Nina and southern oscillations, all of them are interrelated with each other. ज्यादातर बुक में तुम एक ही पॉइंट में ये तीनों का एक्सप्लेनेशन देखोगे, but I have preferred to explain it separately so that you can understand it better. Now, in next week, I'll be discussing about the seasonal rotation of climate in our country. These factors affecting the climate of India will be more important from your examination point of view to try to remember these points that are there. It's not necessary that a 5 marks question may come. It can be 3 marks question also, where you just have to write 3 points only. Well, do go through the slides, and again, if you have any problem in understanding, you are free to call me between 6 to 7 any day. Have a good day.